Should F1 reverse their new regulations? Are they even working? The questions that keep me up at night. We were promised a lot of things with the new regulations in 2022, including a better show, more wheel-to-wheel action, and a lot more overtaking. So of course, fans were super optimistic because who wouldn't want that? I know I want it all. Just as a refresher, the changes were to work on a ground effect floor so that the cars could have a lot more downforce. There were changes to the front and the rear wing, and they were also using tires with wheel winglets. All of these things were meant to make following the car in front a lot easier. But the big question is it working? On one hand, Pirelli put forth a study that said that overtaking increased by 30% between the 2022 season and the 2021 season. In 2021, there were a recorded 599 overtakes, but in the 2022 season, there were 785, and that sounds pretty impressive. But we also have to remember that all of this has led to another era of dominance, this time with Red Bull. So it's very clear that one team has figured it all out while the other teams haven't. And they are trailing so far behind. The regulations clearly knocked Mercedes out of the era of dominance, but we have to remember that now there is a cost cap. So it seems very unlikely that teams are going to be able to work their way up to close that gap between themselves and Red Bull. And to me, this has made the 2023 season, dare I say it, boring, because we kind of expect Red Bull, they're gonna have P1 and P2 and all the races, so that takes away some of the excitement factor. And to me, the timing of the new regulations was kind of strange considering what an exciting season we had in 2021 with Red Bull versus Mercedes, the Max and the Lewis fights. But I guess you could say at the same time we've been treated to some unexpected battles between teams like McLaren, Alpine, Haas, and Williams. And Gunther Steiner said earlier in the year, I think there's no midfield anymore. There's the top teams and the rest. That's my opinion. That's how I see it. So what's next? In 2026, there are massive plans to make the cars smaller because as the years have passed, these cars have just gotten so massive. But F1 Chief Technical Officer Pat Simmons has said that they're nowhere close to achieving that. They just have to make sure that the cars don't get any bigger. The engines will also be a lot more environmentally friendly, running on sustainable fuel, and they'll also have 3 times the electrical power of the current engines. So what are your thoughts on the new regulations? Are they working? Are they not working? Should they have even been a thing in the first place? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.